So I don't think I've shown this before, but this is the Vermont A&R, Agency of Natural Resources map of this field that I'm making a road in. So this is what I first looked at when I decided where I wanted to place the road. I wanted the road to sort of skirt the edge of the field as much as possible because there's no sense having a road in the middle of a field. So that's what I did, and you can see this is the wetland boundary that the state has. So it was basically followed along the tree line. I'll turn this off, and you can see this is sort of a swampy area. This is all sort of marshy. So you have to stay 50 feet away from a wetland boundary. So I did that and started making my road. And then I had read somewhere on here, well, this wetland map is really just an estimate. If you're going to do a project, you have to have someone come out, you have to have an engineer come out and actually delineate the wetlands and mark it out. So I did that. Actually, the first thing I did was I called the state and said, well, I have this project I'd like to do, could you come look at it? So a state employee from A&R came and said, well, yeah, it looks like you're encroaching on the wetland buffer zone, so you need to have a delineation done. So I did that, and this is what it looked like. So he did, this red area was an area that I had started stripping the topsoil out, was just about ready to sort of put the road in, including the culvert, and that's when I decided to call someone from the state. So I'm glad I did. You can see here the blue area is what the engineer determined was actual wetlands, and there was this frustrating little spot up here into the field, sort of on the upland side. And then the green is the 50-foot buffer zone. And so I had to remediate this. I had to put the topsoil back, I had to seed it and stuff, and basically move the road up here. So the plan for the road then is basically this dark blue line, so that I can stay outside this buffer zone. So this is really the limiting factor. Once I get past this, then I can go a bit closer, but not as close as I wanted. And then once I get over here, this is quite a steep drop off, and I can go basically as close to the wood line as I want. So this is a current overhead view of the area. This area here is what I had to reclaim. I had put that back in place and seeded it, and that's come up well, and that's mowed now, and that's not a concern anymore. So here basically near the road is the edge of the wetland buffer zone. So I really can't go too much more to the right. Where I've mowed is also that buffer zone. But my original plan here, and having the road curve like it does here, was primarily because of the amount of material that I'd have to move. I did not have this dozer at the time. I just had my old Case 310, which is very limited. But I had the excavator. But anyhow, it was just a choice I made to have the road curve a little bit. But since I've got this more laid out, I've started to work it, I think I want to not have that curve quite as dramatic and maybe have the road move it like this. So I'm going to take the excavator and remove this material here at the same level of this road, dump it over here into a pile. This one here is currently gone. I've used that over here, but I could use more. Push that over here. And then this is a ditch. I'll just have to move the ditch over here as well so I have good drainage. So that'll be the plan now.
So obviously this is the entrance. So what I'm thinking, after I've spread this out, basically the level that I think is appropriate for that section of the road, what's happened is what I talked about just a bit ago, which is I'll be heading uphill. So if there's a house or something out straight ahead, the headlights are going to point right at it. So what I think I'll do, since I have so much extra dirt there, is actually raise this section a little bit. So when you first come off from the road and you're pointing into the woods, I'll go uphill just a little bit, make the corner to the left, and then it'll be flat or slightly downhill. So I don't want to bring it up too much. Right now this is pretty much just level. So bringing it up a couple feet here, right where the dozer sets, I think will be fine from the road. Now my only question is how to do that. Probably what I'll do, since it's easiest to dig that packed clay with the excavator, is just set the excavator here, do what I did just the opposite way, dig from there, and then put it over here. I have a couple inches of gravel on here, but I'm guessing that won't be a problem. I'm just wondering about a slip plane or something, but I think with the gravel it'll be fine. Not like I'm making a dam or anything. And the other thing I need to do once I get the excavator going is to make a drain path for that water that's setting behind the pile of topsoil there. So with that nasty pool of water being drained, little coffer dam, try to direct it, although I did miss this here. In a normal summer, I wouldn't have to be doing this stuff because we don't normally get enough rain for it to bother. This summer has certainly been different. That moved quite a bit of dirt. Of course, this is all loose. The stuff here that I left over here is loose, so it's easily pushable with the dozer. So I can raise this up where I want, as well as much easier now to sort of soften that curve, like I explained at the beginning of the video that I want to do, and not make it so much of a curve, a little bit more of a straightaway. That'll also help with the headlight issue, because the vehicles will be pointing that way more often for a longer period of time before they turn to the left. So let's spread this stuff out, and we'll have to call it good for that, and hope the rain doesn't do too much damage. Regardless, it'll dry out nicely if we have a week or two of dry weather, which doesn't seem to be in the cards for this year, but it's the way it goes. Well, it's taking shape. It's really not where I wanted to end it, but I need to do some rock picking still. I think there's another one under here somewhere. There's several over there. But an excavator Looks like it sprung a little bit of a leak. I hope it's just a loose fitting on the stick cylinder. So I got to deal with that. Time is running out for me right now, so it's probably a good time to end this video. It's probably getting a bit long anyhow. So next time, hopefully it'll be a bit drier. Move the rest of this dirt. I still want to raise this up a little bit. It's probably up a good 8 or 12 inches right now, and a little bit over there. So thanks for watching this video, which I think is part 3, so stay tuned for part 4. Thanks for watching.